Alright, we'll give people a few minutes to see if anybody actually cares about whether or not I'm going to play this game. Single player board games. Doobie doobie doo. Ya da 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 da. So let's see. I got this game, Under Falling Skies. It says on the back, aliens have arrived to conquer Earth. Enemy ships fill the skies. Humanity retreats to underground bunkers across the globe, hoping to develop a weapon that will stop the invaders. Buy yourself time by shooting down enemy ships. Dig your base deeper to expand your capabilities. So, sounds a little bit like kind of the XCOM premise. I got this at Nerd Christmas, which is a thing that me and my buddies do every year. The game changes every year, and then all of us that are participating end up with some kind of board game or another, whether or not it's one you actually wanted or whether you get re-gifted or get it stolen from you. It's all part of the process. But I have not played this at all yet. I don't even know the rules, so this is going to be learning together. Hey, Chimpei. Thanks for welcoming me back. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a minute, as the kids say. Okay, these boards are complicated. Let's just look at the rules and see what they say. Figure out how to set this stuff up. Because as I understand, this is kind of a campaign game, too. And you can do things... There's like different missions. And there's like easy ones, hard ones, yada, yada, yada. I don't know how well you can see that. The setup's pretty cool. That looks like a very long board. I hope I have enough space to actually play here on the desk in front of me. Okay, so as a gameplay, 1, dice phase, 2, rooms phase, 3, mothership phase. All right. Excavating your base, winning the game, full game, campaign, scenarios, characters. Wow, awesome. This game has a lot. Spice up your standalone game. Starting the game. Oh, starting the campaign. I think there's like there's usually a tutorial kind of thing. So let's see. This setup includes everything you will need to use in your first game. All these components are packed in the box. Gotcha. These components are not used in your first game. They will be explained later. All right, well, let's start with the setup then. So I need research marker, energy marker, damage marker, excavator. All right, cool. So the excavator's in here. Probably should have just figured out how to play this before I actually streamed it instead of just opening it up right on stream. But that's how it goes. So let's see, these Roswell, New York ones, it says that I'm not using these. So I will set those aside. Let's see, what am I using? 2 white dice. 2 white dice and 3 gray dice. Okay, so we'll take the 2 white dice, 3 gray dice. I guess I'm not using the blue dice right now, so those can fuck off. It's more fun to be a mess on stream, yeah. Fun for who? Let's see. Energy marker, got that. Research marker, got that. Damage marker, it's this little red cube. Damage marker, excavator, got that, okay. Base tile A. Use the side on which the A looks like this. Place the tile as shown. Okay, so I need base tile A, which I believe is in these cards here. Yep, there it is. There's base tile A. That looks like the one in the picture. So, as you can see here, it's got a lot of symbols and stuff on it. I think I need to find a way to decrease the exposure on my camera. It's making these hard to read. It'd also be nice if the lights weren't directly overhead, so there's a little bit less glare on things. So anyway, so A and B. So here's A and B. Roswell city tile. Use Roswell as the city tile in your first game, blue side up. Okay. Here's Roswell. So I think we'll start setting this up like horizontally. A, B, Roswell. Yeah, that glare is terrible. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to actually like move the camera to get the glare out of the way, because that's a lighting issue. It's because there's like straight can lights overhead in this room. It'd be better if I could have them a little bit of an angle on like that, then you could see them better, but then all my tiles are going to fall off. I wonder what will happen if I just turn down the lighting. It's visible enough. Yeah, I think the camera is auto-correcting the exposure here. Hold on a second. I'm just going to see if I can adjust this a little. Sorry, I do video production. I'm annoyed with stuff like this. Priority exposure, priority frame rate. It doesn't actually let me adjust the exposure in XSplit here, it looks like. All right, well, we'll just have to go with it. Okay, so anyway, back to the instructions. So I am to use the Roswell City tile, and then up here, 4 sky tiles. Place sky tiles in this order with the darker tiles on top, the lighter ones closer to you. This setup is for an easy game, which is how we're going to start. To play on normal difficulty, instead flip one sky tile over at random. Nah, we're going to do easy. So we want the gray side. And we want to go light to dark. Okay. So let's see. Where are the sky tiles? That is a base tile. That is a base tile. Okay, so don't need those. Here we go. Sky tile. There should be another one around here. Yep, here they are. That's a dark one, so that goes more closer to the top. It's cool, you can actually see the gradient in these. Okay, so there's the 4 sky tiles. And then I need 4 white ships, 5 purple ships. The mothership tile. Okay, so let's get 4 white ships, 5 purple ships. It's got really cool pieces in this game too. Like, I don't know if you can see these. Yeah, the light, it's definitely overblown. But yeah, these ships have really cool like little shapes to them. That's fun stuff. Okay, so 5 purple ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 4 white ships, and I guess, oh, we don't use the orange ship. That's used in the campaign, so we will set that aside. Set the white ships off to one side. These are additional ships that may spawn during play. All right. I'll just set all you guys down here. Got to be ready to go in formation. Can't just be all willy-nilly. 5 purple ships. Place 1 purple ship on each drop point. Okay. Oh, I see. Off the mothership tile. All right. Donde está el mothership tile? Here it is. Yeah, they are pretty sharp. They definitely got some little pokey angles on them. Like you can feel that pretty. If you grab that too hard at the wrong time, in a rage, you would regret it. So there's the mothership tile. And you put this here like this. And then, I don't know if you can see the grid lines right here, but it looks like the drop ships line up in between each grid, which makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 stabby ships headed directly for the Earth. All right. Looks like... Oh, I got to actually place these things. So the research marker here. Place the energy marker on... What's it on? It's on 2, so place that on 2. Oh yeah, there's a little white circle around this one telling where to place things. The damage marker goes here. And the excavator goes here, where the little, again, the little white circle indicator is. So I'll put the excavator on its side so the camera can see it. Autofocus is having a day, huh? Ah, okay. Let me see if I could just turn that off. Priority exposure. Here we go. Okay, camera control. Focus, we will turn off the auto. It probably is the hotspot that's doing it. So I was able to turn off the autofocus. Let's turn off the auto exposure as well. Actually, no. Looks like the camera has a really bad time trying to figure that out. Yeah, too much noise. Oh, see, that's nice. That actually fixes that. Now I just need to hold this here the entire game. That way you guys can see everything. So I know which light's causing the problem. The question is, can I cover up just that one light? Well, anyway. This is why you test things before you go into actual live production. Okay. Gameplay. Your goal is to get the research marker to the top of the research track, all the way up to 11, before the aliens destroy your city. You lose if your damage marker, down here, reaches the bottom of its track, which is a skull, so that's a pretty good indicator. Or if the mothership descends to the row marked with a skull. So here's the mothership, and the row marked with a skull is down here. So if this mothership tile goes all the way down here, then you lose. Or we lose if the damage gets here. We're trying to get the research tile all the way up here. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Dice phase. Roll all 5 dice. You should have 3 gray and 2 white. Yes, I do, because we're not playing the campaign right now. We're just playing easy mode. All right, I rolled all 5 dice. Place each die in a different column of your base. Each time you place a die, all ships in that column descend by the amount shown on the die. Some effects may be triggered. After placing a white die, re-roll all dice not yet played. Oh, so are the gray dice stuck? You will place 2 white dice, so you must re-roll twice, or only once if you save a white die for last. When you are done, you will have 1 die in each column. The dice will power various effects during the rooms phase. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff that can happen here in the rooms phase, apparently. The excavator follows a path winding down through your base. From row to row. So it looks like it starts here and just goes and then follows, just excavates down and like excavates more of the base. It divides your base into 2 parts. All spaces on the path behind the excavator are excavated. All other spaces are not yet excavated. So like in this mode of the game, we start with like, I think you start with these available all the time, and then these are all available, and none of this is yet available, which makes sense. Got to have somewhere to go. Yeah, whites are re-rolls of the cups. Yeah, it looks like base increases over time. And I don't know if that, I don't know yet if that's tied to research or what. I suppose we'll figure it out. Only 1 die can be placed on a space ahead of the excavator. All other dice must be placed on excavated spaces. The only reason to place a die in an unexcavated space is to move the excavator there during the rooms phase. Before placing it, count the spaces from the excavator to that space. Your die must have this value or higher. Ah, okay. So, example. So I can apparently, if I wanted to, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I could place a 6 die here, or I could place it here. I could place it 6 or 5 or 4. I could place it anywhere ahead of it that I want to, but it, you know, a maximum of 6, obviously. So I could place it up to 6 spaces ahead. I don't know why you'd want to do that yet, but that's good to know. Yeah, I don't know if we can push the excavator up to 6 places. I mean, that seems an awful lot to do in like 1 turn, but maybe the reason why you don't want to do that is because you're dropping a ship like 6 spaces wherever you place. Whatever column you place it in, it sounds like you're dropping a ship that much too. I suppose we'll find out. Enemy ship actions. Each time you place a die, all enemy ships in that column descend a number of spaces equal to the amount shown on the die, unless the die is placed in an AA gun room. These rooms fill the sky with anti-aircraft fire, causing enemy ships to descend more cautiously. Ships in this column descend 1 space less than the amount shown on the die. If the die is a 1, the ships do not descend and do not trigger effects. So place this here. Instead of this ship going down 6, it would only go down 5. Unless this is a 1, then it won't descend at all. So I guess I could keep it on the mothership if I used a 1, but I didn't roll any 1s. At least not this first roll. Immediately after all ships in the column descend, they trigger any effects on the resulting spaces. Ignore spaces they pass through. If multiple ships are in the column, move them simultaneously, then resolve their effects starting at the top. Okay, so All right, so then there's a bunch of things here. So like this defines what the spaces are. So these blue arrows move the ship to the space that the arrow points to. So they can start on one column and then Space Invaders style can go like that. If he stopped here, he would move there. But if he moves through it, it doesn't matter. Move the mothership tile down one row. If it moves into a row with ships of any color, return them to the mothership to respawn later. Interesting. Okay, so if it lands here or here, then this mothership tile moves down one, which, you know, gets me closer to losing. If the mothership descends to this tile that's marked by the skull, you lose immediately. Otherwise, you ignore the mothership actions, the symbols along the right edge of the board. Oh. If the mothership tiles descend to the row marked with the skull, you lose immediately. Otherwise, you ignore the mothership actions, the symbols along the... So you ignore these? The wording on this is a little bit strange. If the mothership tile descends to the row marked by the skull, you lose immediately. Otherwise, you ignore the mothership actions. Okay. That must just be talking about losing. Anyway. So the explosions. This is not a triggered effect. Explosions like this mark spaces where ships can be shot down by your fighters in the next phase. Cool. If a ship descends below the sky, it hits your city and your base takes damage. Move the damage marker down one space. Okay, so the ships are basically kamikazing into your city. It sounds like. After damaging your city, the ship victoriously returns to the mothership to be respawned at the end of the round. Oh, that's why you continue to read. So they're strafing your city, basically. If the damage marker moves to a skull icon, you've lost the game. So example, after several rounds of play, 2 enemy ships are in the second column in the positions shown. Let's say you place a 2 in that column. Both ships descend 2 spaces. The upper ship is now on an explosion space where it can be shot down later. The lower ship triggers an effect that makes the mothership immediately descend 1 row. Note that both ships move at the same time before you resolve any effects. Purple ships end up very close. The purple ship ends up very close to your city. Next round, any die that moves at more than 1 space will cause it to hit your city and deal 1 damage. It will then return to the mothership and spawn at the end of the round. So it's a little bit like you're using the dice like time. So like the more time you spend doing stuff, the less time you spend defending your city. It's kind of how it feels anyway. So that's phase 1, is like placing die and then like moving the ships and result and doing the effects. The rooms phase is, in this phase, you resolve the effect of each die you have placed. Remove the die to show its effect has been resolved. Dice may be resolved in any order. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. You can decide how you're going to do it. Okay, so cost. Many rooms have an energy cost. This room, for example, requires you to pay 2 energy to use it. You pay the energy by moving your energy marker on the energy track. If you don't want to pay, you can't pay. Remove the die with no effect. Okay, so here's my energy track. Right now, I've only got 2 energy. The value of a room. The value of a room is the amount on the die plus or minus the room's modifier. Example, the room illustrated above has a value of 3 minus 1, so the room's value actually is 2. Note that a room's modifier does not affect the movement of enemy ships in the dice phase. Bummer. I was hoping I could use that to get out of trouble. Multi-space room. If a room takes up multiple spaces, it can be used only if all of its spaces have dice. The value is the sum of the dice plus or minus any modifiers. The value of the room shown above is 4. 1 plus 6 minus 3 equals 4. Gotcha. If any space of a multi-space room is left empty, remove its dice with no effect. And here's the excavated room effects. AA gun rooms are explained on the previous page. They have no effect in the room's phase. Simply remove the die. Excavated tunnels have no effect. Simply remove the die. Energy rooms generate the energy you need to power other effects. Add the value of the room to your energy. If this would move your marker off the track, set your energy to the maximum value. Jet fighter rooms let you shoot down one or more enemy ships. Destroy all enemy ships on explosion spaces with a number less than or equal to the value of this room. Destroy all enemy ships on explosion spaces with a number less than or equal to the value. Okay. Purple ships return to the mothership to respawn. White ships are removed from the board. Research room allows you to advance the research track. Move up one or more spaces on the research track. The sum of the numbers on the spaces must be less than or equal to the value of the room. For example, to pass over a 2 and end your move on a 3, you need a room with 5 or better. Okay. So, if I'm reading these instructions right, so this room right here, energy rooms. Add the value of the room to your energy. So like if I was to like say place a 6 here and a 4 here, that'd be 6 plus 4 is 10 minus 3 is 7. That would give me 7 more energy, which would move me off the board. And it says that if you do that, you just stack it there. So depending on how you do things, you can like get your energy back pretty quickly. And then see these cost, like these jet fighters here cost 2. This jet fighter here costs 1 energy. This research costs 2 energy. So you're trying to balance how much, you're trying to balance income and outflow. Okay, so here's the question that we were wondering about, like, you know, let's say you put this out here. How does excavating your base work? In the dice phase, you are allowed to place at most 1 die in an unexcavated space. In the room's phase, that die can be used to move the excavator. If you choose to move the excavator, pay 1 energy. This cost is depicted on the excavator. Remove the die and move the excavator to the die's space. The spaces behind that excavator have now been excavated. So how many spaces did you move the excavator? It should be less than or equal to the amount shown on the die. If this is not the case, then the placement of this dice was illegal. Example number 3, excavating. You place a 6 to move the excavator. This move is only 5 spaces, so a 5 would have worked too. In the room's phase, remove the die and pay 1 energy. Wow. Yeah, that's how, I mean, like, that's the whole thing with a lot of board games, is that like they sound really complicated, especially when you're just first reading the rules. But once you really start playing them, then like actually going through the turns is where it all clicks and it all starts to make sense. And like you usually end up making, you know, like mistakes in the beginning, but then you know, after a couple turns you've got it down and like it all starts to make a lot of sense. Like I have yet to play a board game that's completely incomprehensible. Like I don't know if there's like a Elden Ring of rules out there, but I feel like most modern board game designers are really terrific at making games understandable, even if the rules seem opaque at first. Usually so like I'm going through and like I'm trying to read these and figure out what to do and figure out what decisions to make, right? But you always read through the rules once and then you figure out like, oh, I actually don't really know what I'm doing, but then you figure it out as you're doing it. No, Mandy Patinkin played Wingspan. Oh, I'll bet that's hilarious. I love that game. That game is so good. We played that at a board game get together and it was a lot of fun. I like when they have a step-by-step full round. Yeah, me too. I don't know if this actually does. I think it just, because this rule book's pretty short. Yeah, it just goes right into the full game and gives you like the whole campaign, because the whole thing after this, of course, like after the easy games, there's a whole campaign for it, which sounds awesome. Not for more than 5 minutes was data overload. Yeah. Oh, I bet the app version would help a lot. That's the whole thing about like games that have like lots of different like little bits that you have to keep track of in order to keep track of your scores, your victory points. Then like app versions are almost better for that. So anyway, so excavating your base is just to make rooms available, which makes sense. And then the mothership phase has 3 steps: moving the mothership, resolving mothership actions, spawning ships. Okay, so let's just try to do the first 2 phases, and then we'll do the mothership phase, because this seems like these first 2 phases seem like the most complicated. So here's the dice that I first rolled. So the dice, the 2 white dice are basically the indicators of my rerolls, right? So you will place 2 white dice, so you must reroll twice or only once if you save a white die for last. So that's the way it works. So whenever I place a white die, that's when I reroll. It doesn't say that like you don't re-roll the gray ones or anything like that, so I guess everything gets re-rolled. So it seems to me like a good idea, even though it'll drop the ship a lot, and maybe I'll regret this, it's just to excavate as far as I can, just so that I have like right away rooms available. So we're going to try to do that. And then we want a low number. If I put a low number on an AA gun, then that'll keep another ship up here, kind of in the high area. So, like, let's say I put an AA gun here, then that'll make this guy, normally he would move down 3 because that's what the dice is, which would make the mothership move down. But since this is an AA gun, he'll only move down 2, which will just keep him in a blank space, and he doesn't do anything. So that seems like a good placement for the 3. But I think we'll do this 3 here so that we're not re-rolling yet. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, so no, this guy's gonna go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's good because he's not into anything. It would be nice if, so I want to try to get like at least one of them, I think, into a place where they can be shot down. If the audience wants Google Under Falling Sky rules, the PDF, the rules seem to be there. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, and if you're looking at the rules and you see something I miss and, you know, or something that I should be thinking about differently, I know this is a single player game, but, you know, like, we're one big collective single player. We're a hive mind playing this game. All right, hive mind. So let's see. So this is to shoot, you know, this is to send up fighters to shoot players back, but we got to get them to a space to where a fighter can actually shoot them. 1, 2, 3. So this column right here. So yeah, that's perfect. I put a 3 there. And then this guy will, wait, no. Yeah, that's right. A 3 there. And then let me double check the rule on fighters again. Destroy all enemy ships on explosion spaces with a number less than or equal to the value of this room. Oh, okay. So 1. So these all have numbers. So this room right here, this is a 1, so that's fine. That's all I need. But I need another die in there to fill out that room. Oh, so I did that, so I'm going to roll. We are become the single player. Oh, nice. So that's a 1. So I can just put a 1 right here to fill out this room. And so if I want to do this, this is going to take 2 energy. So you can't quite see. Let me move these a little bit. So there's 2 energy down here. I have 2 energy, so that's going to bring me down to 0. So I should probably use my last die on getting energy. Which would, but we have to use them all in different columns. So if I use it here, that's not going to do anything. And if I use it here, I won't have enough energy to actually do any research. So maybe the thing to do is to just put this in anti-aircraft and just keep a ship away from me. All your single player belong to us. I dig it. All right, so that's the dice placing phase. And so after we did the dice phase, now we're doing the rooms phase. And we can resolve these in any order that we want. So I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to excavate. So this guy's going to go. Oh, wait. Oh, excavation costs energy. That'll keep me from launching my fighters because I only have 2 energy. And excavating costs 1 energy. There's a little energy symbol just on the excavator that's telling you that it cost 1. So if I use my excavator, then so I can't use my excavator first. But I set it up to use my excavator first so that I could actually launch from this room and pop this guy out of the sky. So see, this was all poor planning. This is this is definitely how you learn a game. Because I can't do this first because this room isn't excavated yet, which means I have to excavate first. So what I'm going to end up doing here is that this is going to, pushing the excavator is like an overcharging thingy. So like if I push the excavator all the way here, because that's the way I have it set up, then that's going to reduce my energy by 1. And now I can't actually launch fighters. These guys are just going to sit here and do nothing because they can't do anything because the room takes 2 energy. So unfortunately, that was a bump. That was an error. That's okay. Our military is new to their base. They're still getting used to the systems. 1, 2, 3. But then he backs up 1 because at least the AA gun works. It doesn't require energy. And this guy goes 1, 2, 3, and then backs up 1. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, but unfortunately he can't be shot down because I can't launch my fighters. And this guy just goes down 1. But this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's that. So we did the first 2 phases. Let's go ahead and look at the rules for the mothership phase. So the mothership has 3 steps. Move the mothership, resolve mothership action, spawn ship. Okay, so during the next step, the mothership moves down to the next row. If there are any ships in the row, put them on the mothership. The ships will respawn in the 3rd step of the phase. So does the mothership move automatically every turn, or does it only move when we hit the move thing? I think we only move the mothership when a ship lands on one of these mothership phases. It actually doesn't say if it moves automatically or not. So I have a feeling that it doesn't. Yeah. So that's what it says. That's what it says. It says has 3 steps. Move the mothership. But do you always move the mothership, or do you only move the mothership? It kind of does sound like it's always pushing forward. Next, perform the actions on the drop points. So place the indicated number of white ships on the mothership. Move your research marker down. Move the excavator backwards. Hey, thanks for the follow, Wes Smith. Your base takes 1 damage. Okay, example. During the dice phase, 1 ship remained on a drop point because a 1 was placed in an AA gun room during the rooms phase. A purple ship was shot down and placed on the mothership. Now it's time for the mothership phase. The mothership phase moves down one row. Because there is a ship in that row, it moves back to the mothership and respawns. Okay. So, yeah. I think you're totally right, Sonaris, in like the... Because this confirms it. You know, the mothership moves down one row. So... And then the ships move back onto the mothership. So this moves down one row. And this ship moves back onto the mothership. Yeah, exactly. It goes into the dark zone and then respawns. Oh yeah, it goes up here, waiting to respawn. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. The ship will respawn in the third step. Okay, so spawning ships. During the round, ships may have been placed on the mothership. At this time, those ships must be spawned on drop points. Spawn them all unless a drop point is filled up first. So spawn purple ships before white. First choose among drop points in the columns with no ships. Okay, so this guy can kind of spawn anywhere. So first choose the column with no ships. First choose among drop points in columns with no ships. So yeah, since there was no ship in there, that was the first choice. When every column has a ship, choose the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in the column. If those rules leave you with multiple options, the choice is yours. If all 5 drop points fill up, ships that have not yet spawned will stay on the mothership for another round. Okay, so that's it. That's the whole game. Oh yeah, you're right. I add 1 white ship. It's right here. There's like a little arrow on the mothership card that like points at it. So you're right. Yep, add 1 white ship. Thank you. See, this is why it's Hivemind. So... And then this ship would spawn. So then the second rule is when every column has a ship, choose the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in the column. So the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in the column. That's a weird... Yeah, it's a doomsday counter. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Example, there's 1 empty column. The purple ship spawned first, so purple ship goes there. 2, 3 drop points are still open. Those columns have ships, so we compare the highest ship in each column. So yeah, this is the section that I'm reading right now, trying to figure out where to place the white ship. The white ship must also be spawned. The remaining drop points are the same distance from their highest ship, so you can choose either drop point. What does it mean by same distance from their highest ship? The remaining drop points are the same distance from their highest ship. Spacing horizontally. Yeah, the wording seems really strange to me. During the round, ships may have been placed... when every column has a ship, choose the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in its column. So it sounds like yeah. And so like with the white ship, you know, in their example with the white ship going to 3 or to 3 here. So it says when every column has a ship, choose the drop point that is farthest from the highest ship in its column. So I still don't know what it means by farthest from the highest ship in its column, but it sounds like what it's saying is that like you choose the column that has the ship that's the closest to the mothership. And then you place it there. And since it has two options here, these two are both, closest to the mothership. So you can choose to place it here or here. So that's how I'm choosing to read this. So like this could be here or here. I think they mean if the spread was X0000, you would choose position 5. Super weird. Like, is it meant that it's supposed to be stacking up ships like close to each other? So when that is, so position 5 again. OX000. Example is OXXOX. Right. I think they mean if the spread was X00, you would choose position 5. Most gap between. So the most the most gap here, their example has no gaps. Yeah, that's true. Other dimension. Okay, so that's what it means by furthest from the highest ship in its column. So their example has no gaps. Yeah, I don't know. There's still something about this that I'm not getting. You're being very patient with me. Thank you for trying to explain it. This is one of those things where, oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Zimpy Puppy. Zombie Puppy. I totally pronounced that wrong. It's a cool way to spell zombie. Yeah, I don't really like this example either. I wish they'd give me like 2 examples or something. Zombie Puppy. I understand nothing. This is fun. When every column has a ship, and in their example, every column will have a ship after the red ones are placed. Choose the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in its column. What's the its that it's referring to? Because this right here, that's the possessive form of its. So choose the drop point. So I think its refers to the drop point. Choose the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in its column. Choose the drop point that is furthest from the highest ship in its column. So the highest ship, this drop point, the highest ship in its column is here. This drop point, the highest ship in its column is here. This column, the highest ship in its drop point, or this drop point, the highest ship in its column is here. So for reds, they are determined by position of red fighters, or purple, I guess. Yeah, they're supposed to be purple. They look a little bit more purple in real life. They look pretty red on stream. So let's see. So on the example, yeah. So this one on the example, the white one is like, oh, okay, I have 2 choices. The white ship must also be spawned. The remaining drop points are the same distance from their highest ship. So you can choose either drop point. Okay, so I think you're supposed to choose which ship is up highest on the scale and then choose is highest up in the sky, and then choose the drop point for that ship. So it seems to me like it would be either here or here, unless I'm reading these rules totally wrong. But I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna put this here just so we can keep moving. And if it turns out that I've been doing that wrong, well, oh well. All right. So we did all that. Put the excavator here. Now we go back to the dice phase. Yeah, their example is multiple cases combined, which is like, I get that they're trying to convey all the information in as short as possible, but sometimes I really appreciate more verbose examples. All right, let's see what we got. We got a 4, a 2, a 3, a 6, and a 6. Ooh, don't like the 6s. Well, I mean, I might like the 6s for research and energy. Let's see. So we have all of this available to us because we excavated all the way to here. So that gives us choices. If I research in this room actually doesn't even require energy. So it seems like we might want to just start out by researching, like just to try to get up the track as fast as possible here. Because it looks like the way that research works is you have to have higher than the value to go up like the next one. So research rooms allow you to advance on the research track, which is how you win the game. Move up one or more spaces on the research track. The sum of the numbers on these spaces must be equal to or less than the value of the room. Okay, so this is a 6 with a -1, so this is worth 5. So I can move up 5, which means 3, 4, which means I could only move up here because this would be 8 or 7. The way you get around that is you can put 2 dice on this one, and then which would cost me 2 energy. So I could, for example, go 6 and 6 and go 12 here, and then like move up a lot. But then, of course, I'm dropping ships down a bunch too. But also rerolls, yeah. So yeah, the min cost here would basically be 4. So the question is like, how do I want to build up energy? This room is -3 on the value, so it's kind of hard to build up energy there. I could go 6 into energy and then go 10 into research. Oh, but I can't do that because I have to roll after I put a white dice down. So that's what we're going to try to do, though. We're going to try to go ham on research this round. And that went all the way on the floor. Oh, God. I'm too old to be bending over underneath my desk. Okay. All right. Well, I got a 6 again. I mean, we're going to be dropping down ships a lot, putting ourselves in a lot of danger. So what would happen? Let's see what happens if I do this. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he'd move over here. And this one would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would be in shoot down position. And this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would do nothing. Oh, but this guy would also move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he'd move over here. Yeah, none of that seems like the end of the world. So this would be 12 energy. Let's see, which was way more than I can actually hold, so I wouldn't need to do that. So yeah, this would be So if I did 6 and 2, that would be 8 energy. Wait, no. This whole space is only 2 energy. I'm counting it wrong. This is the one that builds up my energy. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would bring me all the way up to 7. Because 1 plus 6 is 7. I didn't know if you knew that. And then this would cost me 2 energy to do 8 research, which would be 3, 6, 7, 8. So I could go to up here. That seems like a good deal to me. And then, oh, this doesn't leave me with any fighter options though, because you can only have a dice in one column each time. So I can't like put a dice. So if I put this here for energy, I can't put it there for fighters. And if I put these here for research, then I can't put another one in here to launch these fighters. So maybe the answer is to just do energy, research, and then have launch some fighters like this. Wait, but if I go, yeah, that's the only way I can do all 3 of those things at once. So like a 3 in the first column would be bad. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would drop this thing down 1 more, huh? That would be bad. I kept wanting to say 0 instead of O, so I don't know. It's particularly a problem when you're trying to remember passwords. Was that a 0 or an O? All right, so let's look real quick at shooting down things. So jet fighter rooms. Destroy all enemy ships on explosion space with a number less or equal to the value of this room. So this is a 6. So that would definitely do it. That's cool. All right, so got one last die here, which I can't re-roll if I place it last. But I already placed that one down, then I placed that one down, then I re-rolled, so I'm stuck with a 6, I think. Shit. And then the only place to put it would be right here, which gets this guy down really low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it puts him on an explosion space, though. Yeah, let's do it. Perfect. That actually worked out really well. So I guess we'll resolve that one. So that one's been resolved. We'll resolve the energy next, which gives me up to 7. We'll resolve. Oh wait, and then I gotta lower this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he goes burp over like that. And then we will resolve the research, which is 5. Oh, right, because that's a -1 room. So that's 6, 5. So I can only go up to here. And then this is 6 right here, which costs me 2 energy. And then if we're resolving this, this guy goes 1, 2, and then this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And, oh wait, I didn't resolve this guy. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I miscalculated somewhere because I thought somebody else was going to be on an explosion thing. Oh wait, this guy also moves down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what happens if they're supposed to run into each other? If the ship's going to run into each other, do they just stay there? If that space already has a ship in it, the arrow has no effect. Yep, that sounds right. Okay. So then I can send ships up, and this will kill anything of 6 and lower. This is a 6. So this guy goes back up to the mothership. And then it looks like that's all that happens. So now we drop the mothership down. Boop. I lose 2 spaces on the excavator. Aw, bummer. So I assume that means I go 1, 2. So now this room is no longer available to me. Yeah, purple's return, whites are destroyed. Exactly. Okay, so apparently the descent of the mothership like made us afraid to use the lower part of our base. I'm not sure how that works, but there you go. Alien infiltrators, that's what we'll say. Alien infiltrators sabotage that part of the base. That sounds like good narrative reinforcement to me. And then this guy seems like he has to go here. No, he wants to go in one where there's nobody. So I moved people, so there's nobody in this column and there's nobody in this column now. So we'll go ahead and we'll put him in this column, just because there's a lot less of the mothership descendings on them. Maybe impacts collapsed unsecured rubble. There you go. We're going too fast to be safe. We'll get it right next time, boss. All right. So that's that round. Now we roll again. See, like once you start actually rolling the game and figuring it out, it starts to make a lot more sense. Okay, so this is what we're stuck with. I could excavate some more, but let's see. I've got a lot of energy, so I could spend that on. I could definitely spend energy on research. So this is. I don't have this room. So I can't like double up on my research, unfortunately. I think maybe the answer is I think we'll go up what we can. So we could go up 4. So if we go here, boop, we could move up 2 more spaces on the research track. And that will cost us 2 energy. And then see if we can get somebody onto an explosion here. So this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. This guy is 1 away. I could put a dice here. It won't do anything. Like I could put the 1 there. Oh wait, if I put the 4 here, then I have to re-roll. But if I put a 6 there, that's not enough to get me over the threshold. Let's see. 6 here would move him down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would put him there. But then if I up the research here, then I don't have the 6, because this is only a 5. I wouldn't have the 6 necessary to get rid of him, and he's getting pretty close to damaging my base. Maybe we just risk taking a hit just to get up the research track a little. Or I can just put a 4 there and re-roll. It's probably smarter. Let's put the 4 there and re-roll. If anybody has any suggestions, I am taking all suggestions. All right, so there's my 1 re-roll. My first re-roll anyway. So that'll move this guy down 1, 2, 3, 4 onto a 3. So I only need a 3 to blow him away, so maybe I should go ahead and do that, because this is that'll cost me 1 energy, that's a room -1, so this will only be worth 3, but I only need 3 to take him out. Ooh, spicy water. I love spicy water. I'm also drinking spicy water, but it is alcohol spicy water. Let's see. This is an energy generation room. I'm not sure it's worth dropping somebody down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll make the mothership drop again, so that's not worth putting a 6 there. But I'm not having a lot of spaces here. Oh, but right here might work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he'd move over. That's a lot in that column, but oh well. Because I want to excavate again for sure. So if I put this here just to excavate out that far. Wow, look at that. This is like 3 spaces down here for research. This could like really launch you toward the end of the game if you can excavate all the way down here. So if I put the 2 out here to excavate this far, here, let's turn this little guy around so he's driving the right way. Excavate out this far, and then that gives me a reroll, so hopefully I can get rid of these 6s here. A 1 and a 5. Well, that's better than 2 6s for sure. I could put just this 1 in the AA gun. And then, oh, if I put a 5 in this research one, what's that going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, mothership goes down again. And then I can blow up the white ship. But that would give me 5 minus 1, 4. That would give me 8, which would let me go up to there. Is it worth dropping the mothership down again? Because it would drop 2. But that only spawns 1 more ship. And that's a 4, so I think I could take that. Okay, I think this is actually worth it. All right, so let's see. This is going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 down to 0. Okay, so that actually works out perfectly for my energy usage. All right, so we'll go 4. So that's 4 points into research. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's another 4 points into research because that's a minus 1. And so that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we go 4, 1, 2. Okay. So this is just to excavate. So that's 1, 2, and that's minus 1 more energy. This is a minus 1, so that guy's on that space. And then this right here. Oh, that's only 3. Oh, not 4. Oh, damn it. I'm going to lose out on blowing up that guy because I forgot that this is a minus 1 space, so this die is only worth 3. So he only takes out this guy. Puts it back in the mothership. And this white one is still there. Ooh, that was bad planning. And then it uses my last energy. All right. And so this drops 1. And then we add another white ship up here. And then it drops 2 because this guy is on a mothership drop. And now I got these have to go back on the board. So put them on the empty ones first. And then this one on the closest to the highest one, like that. All right. Oh, and then I get to move up the research track 8, so up to here. So 2 more, I'm going to lose another excavation. But then you don't lose any excavation for the whole rest of the game. Farthest from the highest. Yeah. So I guess that means here? Because that's the only other place I can go right now. That's farthest from the highest, right? I mean, I'm going to have to like look that up on a forum or something. When every column has a ship, choose the drop point that is farthest from the highest ship in its column. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Boom. 2, 2, 1, 5, 5. Some good low numbers here to keep the ships from moving. So that's good. So if I put this one like right here, that'll keep all the ships in this column from moving. So that's worth thinking about. I am going to need to build up energy again. Or I could do some excavations. Try to get down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I could do like excavate all the way to the bottom floor just so that I have more available to me. If I put that right there, I can put it anywhere in this room, I think, to take up that column. So that's handy. Whichever column will work. And then probably want to place a 5 like... Well, I want to place this 2 first to keep ships from moving, I think. This is on a 4, this is on a 6. If I put a 2 here, that'll drop him down to the 4, which makes him easier to kill. I might be able to take out 2 ships this round. That is a very large research for only 2 energy. That's definitely how like you climb up and see like this last one takes 11 to get there. So you have to have this one to get to 11. Okay, so 5 and 2. Let's see. I think I want to put the 5 in here just so I guarantee to take out 2 ships. You'll take a white one off the board completely and send a purple one back to the mothership. So then that means I need to reroll this one, which gave me a 3. And the only column left I have is to put it in this column, so we'll put it in the AA gun. Oh, I don't have any energy. Oh no. Well, I already did my reroll. Damn it. Now I'm stuck. Totally didn't pay attention to my energy consumption. I need energy before I can launch a fighter. No! All right. Well, once again, our base operations are in disarray. We definitely need to get somebody on proper management tracks here so that we can figure out how to best maximize our synergies. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was useless. That fighter's just sitting on the bay. That poor pilot sitting there who forgot to fuel my fucking jet. This one is also 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the excavator is all the way in the basement now. So that's handy. This one only goes down 1. These guys all sit there. This guy goes down 2. And now the mothership moves down 1. And we add another white ship into play. Furthest from the highest, I guess, would be over here, if I'm reading that right. All right, let's see if we can plan a little bit better this round. Hopefully I can get a 1 or something in there so that I can keep some guys from moving. Or so that I can just... Yeah, so I want to use energy. I want to get some energy. And then use that energy to take out some dudes as well. So, ooh, this one's a +1. That's snazzy. I mean, there isn't really a... Let's see. So this would be 1, 2, 3. So if I put a... Oh, that he'd go down 4. That wouldn't work. If I put a 3 on the research, well, I would need energy for that. So let's figure out some energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, so it's right in between all the explosion points. So, because like, what I would like is if I could get this guy parked on one of these as well, and then when I send up a plane, this guy's 2 energy, but he's also +1. Man, all these like lower base ones are super good. This just adds 1 to your die. Takes more energy, but that's super handy. Because if you could go like... Let's see, if I went 4 here, that could get anybody with a 5 or higher. And then if I went with a 6 here, that would be 7 energy, but then he'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. If we go with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, still misses. 3 would give me 4 energy. 1, 2, 3. So that would put him on that spot, and I would have 4 energy to work with. And then the question would be, how many people could I kill? Right, but if I put the if I put the white one down, then I have to reroll. So this would be... But I do want to get that guy on that space, because I know I can take him out from there. So let's just see how this goes. Because now I'm actually keeping track of my energy usage as well. All right, so yeah, +1, +1. So that's going to bring me up to 5 energy. Just put that up there ahead of time, just so that I know what I'm working with. Or no, it's going to bring me up to 4 energy with this one. And this guy can kill things that are on up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, that'll bring him down to there. So I could ostensibly take out this guy, and this guy. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I was thinking like if I put a 4 here and try to build up this research room and like get a bunch of research, then I could bring this guy down to 4. But if I execute on this research room first, then that'll also use 2 energy. So that would bring me down to 2. This uses 2 energy. That would bring me down to 0. That might be okay. If I did like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had 9 energy, if I had 9 research, where would that take me? 1, 4, 7, 8, it would take me all the way up to here. That would be really swell. Oh, there's a bot. Oh, no. It's been forever since I've killed a bot. Let's see. Where do I go to kill the bots? Sorry, I've only had to do this like one other time because nobody gives a shit about my stream. Where's the admin stuff? Kill the bot command. Moderation. Oh, here we go. Manage suspicious user. Well, that's restricted, but I want to kick him, not just manage him. There we go. Block. Block. Well, that blocked him, but I don't think that banned him. How do I ban him? I don't know how to ban people. Oh, there's a mod view. Oh, there's a mod view. Oh, there's a mod view. There we go. I prefer /ban because it is literally IRC, right? That's right. I keep forgetting about that. Yep, /ban. That's what I'm familiar with because I used to use IRC. I totally should have remembered that. All right. Before we were so rudely interrupted, where were we? Oh, yeah, trying to save the universe. Or at least Roswell, New Mexico. So I think what we do is we put this one here to keep that guy from going down. Okay, so we've laid our dice. Now we move on to the next phase. Back when you had to carve /ban into a stone tablet. I'm old. Okay, so this is 4 plus 1. So that actually gives me 5 energy, not 4. And then we drop this guy down. Oh, wait, no, we don't want to. Sorry. Do this one first. This gives me 4 energy. So that was correct. 1, 2, 3. Then we will do this one, which drops this guy down 1 because it's an AA gun. Then, if we drop this guy down 5, that's 1. No, wait, I don't want to drop that guy down 5. I don't want to do that yet. In a double room, do I have to resolve both the dice at the same time? Because if I didn't, I would drop this guy down. No, I wouldn't. I want to leave those all. I want to leave everybody where they are. Okay. So this counts as a 5 because it's a +1 and it uses 2 energy. So boop, boop. Use that 2 energy. And anybody who's on a space that's 5 or less, take them out. So this guy's on a 3, so he goes back to the mothership. This guy's on a 4, so he goes off the board. This guy's on a 2, so he goes back to the mothership. This guy's on a 4, so he goes back to the mothership. Boom, boom, boom. That was a good round. Damn. Okay. But I am going to lose out here. Because this is a 4 and this is a 5, which is 9, which takes me up to 1, 4, 7, 8, which takes me way up the research track, which is great. But this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to swoop down and do a damage. So he strafes the base and then goes back to the mothership. And then this one is actually empty, so nobody goes down that space at all. So that round was totally worth taking 1 damage. See, we're getting better at this. Hey, the family's doing well, man. I appreciate that. We're mostly moved into our new house. We've been unpacking like crazy. It's total chaos around here with boxes and stuff laying everywhere. I am old. I walk through downtown and just mumble. I remember when this dumb bar used to be a pizza place. When the next door joint had Nirvana. Yeah. When I was in Idaho, for the last couple years, as you may have heard if you listened to Rebel FM, I was around a lot of my old childhood haunts and driving around, the town where my mom lived and everything, and everything is so different. So different. I allowed your term hoe. I allowed your typo hoe, Sonoris. You almost got blocked for misogyny, apparently. How is the home ownership? And I hope you have a house warranty. Yes, we do, actually. We prepared for all occasions. I'm a very big believer in paying extra money for the insurances. All right, let's go for the next round. We may have these aliens number. Welcome to Earth, motherfuckers. All right, let's see what we got here. Your wife would know the bar I referenced. She went to college here. Slap that alien. You went to Chico State? Or you live in Chico? Because that was where she went to college. I like Chico a lot. Nice. That's great. Chico's great. We went to, we've definitely been to the Sierra Nevada Brewery. That was fun. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, right. I forgot to do the mothership stuff. Duh. Okay, so the mothership moves down 1. We lose 1 on the excavation. Fortunately, we're already pretty much at the bottom, so that's good. And then purple guy moves here. Purple guy moves here. Purple guy moves here. And this guy stays up here because there's no launch pads for him to go on. So that's handy. You live near the hospital against a lovely orchard. Oh, nice. I mean, there are orchards everywhere in Chico. Man, Chico's great. It's such a fun town. The whole like small town plus like medium-sized college feel. Yeah, that's a win. If you ever used high-res mode in Duke Nukem, that is because Chico and Chico State. Really? Dude, do tell. How is that a thing? And while you're explaining, I'm going to place my dice. So let's see. I've only got 2 energy. So we clearly want to do research. So if we put this down here, just to keep the boys from moving. We want to do a lot of research if we can. So like, what if we did like 6, 5, 5. That'd be 16. How far would that get me? 6, 7, 10, 15. Wow, that would get me all the way up here. I mean, we backed up all these ships. We like shoved all of these ships all the way back up to their mothership. We killed 2 of the white ones. I think we're good to like just spend all this money on research and drop these guys all the way down, because we've still got quite a bit more space, I think, until we're going to be out of the game. So I put down the white one, so that gives me a reroll. 6 and 3. Ooh, don't like that 6. Oh wait, no, I can't do this on the research. Because I'm not excavated there. I have to excavate there first. Damn it. Well, now I'm stuck with all these like high numbers. No. I've seen David Sedaris like twice. UniVB is a product, I assume, some ex-students downtown. It died like 10 years into OpenGL and good drivers from NVIDIA. Sure, but I mean, that's still awesome. Not many towns get to say that they had that kind of effect on the video game industry. Shit, now I'm stuck with all this high numbers that I can't do anything with. Damn it. All right, well, that was... So what I should do is I should move back, because I put those 3 down here and then I rolled these 2 again. So it seems like what I have to do is I have to find places to place these 3. Just to try to keep it fair. Trying to keep it fair when you made a mechanical mistake is kind of difficult in board games. So let's see. Keeping it fair. Keep these 3. I'm still gonna let myself like re-roll this after placing this one, but I have to place a 6 to re-roll a 3. That doesn't seem like a good bargain. But these 3 all have to be placed. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Do not want. Place a 5 here and use 2 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. Because that's a 6 right there, so that's not going to do. Could place a 5 on research. I'll take 1 energy. And then what happens if I like just put these here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, moves over. Oi. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have enough energy for all that. Could just build my energy back up. No, I want that to be a 6 because I want to put that guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I want to put him there. I love small now, like Redding, California is where we have all those odd voices in working design localizations. Really, I didn't know that was a thing in Redding. That's actually where my wife is from. I love small town NorCal, weird influence for sure. Yeah, exactly. At least the first 3 are OG valid, so using the white could reroll the other 4 valid. Yeah. Well, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll put 2 people onto places where they could get hurt. If I could get a 6 like next round. And then if we go put 3 here so that I can excavate into the major research room. And then put the, I guess just put the 5 here. Who would I take out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd take him out. Wouldn't take him out because he'd be on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'd just move. But I could do this, and I could take them both out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he'd stay there. And if this guy is on 5 research, this guy was on 4 research, that would be 9, so that'd be 6 and 1. I could only go up to there. I couldn't go up to another one, unfortunately. But I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, major research is 2 energy. But I'm going to be building up a lot of energy this time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to take 7 energy, which basically puts me off the board. So it maxes out my energy. And then this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to take research 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's worth 4. And then this research, oh wait, oh, they have to be, I can't combine them. You only combine them when you do this. So doing research here is actually, doing research here would actually be dumb. Let's move this guy back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the thing to do is to just put this guy on AA gun. Yeah. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back 1 onto 3. So that's helpful. That's actually better. And then this research is 5, which also wouldn't get me anywhere because I need 6 to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess we'll just waste it so that this guy is actually sitting here on an explosion. And then we'll go ahead and excavate. Move this guy 1, 2, 3. And then go ahead and launch our jet at 6, which spends 1 energy and takes out this guy and this guy and this guy. I can see why this is the easy introduction mode. I'm interested to see how they mix things up with the campaign, because there's like 2 more blue dice we haven't used and an orange ship. Ooh. Yeah, research resolved separately, only added in larger rooms. Yep. Oh, and this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 1. I actually meant to do that first. I forgot that one was there. So this guy actually would have been taken out too. But can't move up in research. So anyway, so this moves down 1 more. What's this alien one? I forget. That is move your research marker down. Oh, bummer. So I moved my research marker down to here. Womp womp. And then this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and this goes here. All right. let's roll the dice again. I think I definitely got to jump up the... Yeah, brain bug got a researcher. Exactly. All right, I definitely need to move up the research track here. 6 and 2 4s is pretty good. I don't think I would want to read those, re-roll those. I think I would actually just want to go ahead, plop all these in here, and go up 14. Where would 14 get me? So that's 8, 11, 16. So it would get me up to here. So if that's 11, then I can just do this and then re-roll these two. Five and 3. So I could put 5 on another research, and that would get me up to that number 5 right there. And then I guess we'll, let's see. So this would move this guy down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move him over. So move this guy down 1, 2, 3, 4, and move him over. Whoops, move him over that way. Whew, that's good. This guy down 1, 2. This guy down 1, 2. Oh, this guy was supposed to move over. So this guy down 1, 2. Move him over there. This guy down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this guy down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, don't like that. But if I put this here, I can at least take out the lowest guy. All right, well, let's resolve our research. So this is 6, 10, 12, which moves me up 8, 11. So I can move up to there. Boop, boop. Oh, wait, I want to keep track of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he moves over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he moves over there. 1, 2, and he can't move, so he's just going to stay there. And then we'll do 5 research, and we move up 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is kind of a bummer, but that's how it goes. And then this is a 4, which takes out anything at 4 and below, so it would take out this white one, so he's off the board now. All right, so this guy moves the mothership down 1, and then the mothership moves down 1 as per the usual. And this goes back into the mothership, and it would go over here. Oh, right, and then I got to use up the energy here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy, right? So that takes me all the way down to there. Don't want to be giving myself energy for free. It's supposed to be a challenge. All right. So now where are we at? Aw, my White Claw is empty. Doobie doo. Nope, don't want to be one of those chumps playing Gloomhaven using the entire action deck. I have some buddies that have been playing the online version of Gloomhaven like every Monday during their lunch hour, and dude, it's rough because you can't do any like fudging of the rules. Like you're not going to make it through most of the time that you're trying to play. unfortunately. Rob Zacny had fun doing that, but it wasn't crushing. Well, good on him, I guess. Okay, so where are we going with this one? How much research do we need to get up here? We would need 4. We would need 15 research to get up there. Well, here's 11. Do we risk it? I think we risk it. We go 6 and 5 because we want to keep track of like which ones are the highest up here. The only digital board game I'm upset at is Elder Sign because the app doesn't let you respawn dead characters like the board game. Oh, that's weird. I don't know Elder Sign though. I've never played it. Is it a good game? We're gonna need energy to run this thing. Oh, which is right there. Damn. Well, we don't need much energy. We only need 2. I could do it right there. And that lets me re-roll these. Haha! Look at that. Boom. And then we'll just put this over here in the AA gun. And then we'll resolve like this. We will go 2. 1, 2. Move the energy up 2. Then we'll resolve our research. So that's 12, 15, 17. That's more than enough to get us to the top. And we win! Yay! All right. Here, like this. Yay! That's a little awkward on my wrists, but yay! We win! Victory! We successfully prevented the aliens from destroying Roswell! That was fun, man. That is a good single-player game. So yeah, that is Under Falling Skies. And so then the next thing to do, I'm not going to do it on stream tonight. I'm probably just going to shut down and go to bed. We're recording Rebel tomorrow morning. So yeah, the next thing to do is the full game. So the full game has threat level, cities that can be damaged, robots that you can install, and yeah, then there's a full-on campaign. Under Falling Skies can also be played as a 4-chapter campaign. It usually lasts about 10 games. The campaign is fully replayable and you will discover new combinations every time. The 4 chapters are designed to be revealed gradually, telling a story as you play through the campaign. They are packed in order, each in a separate bundle. So yeah, here's the here's the stuff that comes with the campaign. So see how this is all packed together? And it's got like little comic book panels and stuff that go with it. And like extra city cards and like extra people cards and everything. So yeah, it's not quite a legacy game because it doesn't actually tell me to trash anything. But yeah, I mean, like, I imagine like you would, like after a while, like whatever combos came up, you'd kind of know what they were, but you're still at the rule of the dice, right? So you're still at you still are under the whims of the dice. So every game is going to be a little bit different, but it's got how many bundles in this box? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bundles. Yeah, it's got 4 different bundles that have like those story comic book panels on them, and then have like different city cards and invasion cards. Whoa, look at that. That looks harsh. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into the campaign on this. I think it's going to be really fun. And like the storytelling I think is going to be great too. But that will have to be for a different stream. Well, thanks for hanging out with me while I you know, learned the game and went through the tutorial mode. That was fun. We have 5 nights trapped in the cabin before it comes to desperate measures. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed yourself. Yeah, I've been thinking for a while about playing some single player board games on stream, and this was a good one to kick it off with for sure. It's got lots of cool pieces. I dig the mechanics. Like it's got, you know, like the dice worker placement thing, which, you know, is definitely going to be changing up once you get into the campaign. And then, you know, you got the doom clock of the mothership, like heading down to the planet, and like the little attacking ships, and the balancing and spending of resources, you know, it's super clever. And I like the way that it lets you choose which of the dice you're gonna use first, so that you can kind of like build out your plan and build out a synergy. It's like building out a whole plan of attack, and then executing on it. It's like you're setting up your commands and then you're executing your commands. That's good stuff. And then there's like these score sheets, which these score sheets or character sheets or something. It's probably for keeping track of the campaign, I think. That's my guess anyway. So yeah, I think we barely scratched the surface of this game. It's got a lot to come. It's got a lot coming. Yeah, exactly. Very interesting dice roll, worker placement, push your luck. Yeah, there you go. That's a great way to put it. Arkham Horror LCG. Oh yeah, legacy card game. Arkham Horror legacy card game. That sounds like that would be fun. All right, well, it's time for me to get to bed. Thanks again, y'all, for joining me. That was good times. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. Okay, bye.